Hello and welcome to EL Lesson 13. Today we're going to begin by reading a book called The Important Book. And it's actually on my computer because I don't have the actual book. So let me slow this down. It starts like this. The important thing about a spoon is that you eat with it. It is like a little shovel. You hold it in your hand. You can put it in your mouth. It isn't flat. It's hollow, and it spoons things up. But the important thing about a spoon is that you eat with it. Now, the important thing about a daisy. Now, daisies are pretty little white flowers. You see the daisy here? And it says, the important thing about a daisy is that it is white. It is yellow in the middle and has long white petals. You see the petals, the white petals and the yellow in the center? And bees sit on it. It has a ticklish smell. It grows in green fields. And there are always lots of daisies. But the important thing about a daisy is that it is white. You can see pretty white and yellow. It's a very simple flower, but a beautiful flower. Now, the important thing about rain is that it is wet. It falls out of the sky and it sounds like rain. And it makes things shiny and it does not taste like anything. And it is the color of air. But the most important thing about rain is that it is wet. Yes, we need rain here in California. I am waiting for the rain. The important thing about grass is that it is green. It grows and is tender with a sweet grassy smell. But the important thing about grass is that it is green. The important thing about snow is that it is white. It is cold and light and falls softly out of the sky. It is bright and the shape of tiny stars and crystals. It is always cold and it melts. But the important thing about the snow is that it is white. There's a bird on a branch. The important thing about an apple is that it is round. You see the round apple and there's a piece of apple there. It is red. You bite it, and it is white inside. And the juice splashes in your face and it tastes like an apple. It falls off a tree. But the important thing about an apple is that it is round. The important thing about the wind is that it blows. You can't see it, but you can feel it on your cheek and you can see it bend the trees. That's right. We've had a lot of wind. Jason had a tree blow down outside of his place. And it blows hats away and sailboats. But the important thing about the wind is that it blows. The important thing about the sky is that it is always there. It is true that it is blue and high and full of clouds and made of air. But the important thing about the sky is that it's always there. And if you were to take an airplane on a very foggy, overcast day, you would go through the clouds and do you know what you would find? You would find blue skies. So even when it's foggy here, you will still find the blue skies above that. Now, the important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it. Here's my shoe. You walk in it and you take it off at night. And it's warm when you take it off because your warm foot has been inside. But the important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it. Now, the important thing about you is that you are you. It's in cursive. It's like, you are you. It is true that you were a baby and you grew and now you are a child and you will grow into a man or into a woman. But the important thing about you is that you are you. I agree. Now we're going to create our own most important book. But our book is going to be entitled The Most Important Thing About School. So I just took a piece of paper and I folded it right in half. And I used a marker to write the title, The Most Important Thing About School. So that is your assignment for EL Lesson 13. On the inside, I want you to tell me what you think is the most important thing about school. And I would love illustration. Illustration is fabulous, and maybe a complete sentence, but I want to know from your opinion, because we've been to Haiti, where they had 10 schools. We've been to Bangladesh, where they had flooding and they had to go on boat schools. We've been to India, where they have street kids, millions of them, and they have buses come to the kids. And we have our own school. So there's been similarities, there's differences, but what do you think in general about all schools is the most important thing? The number one thing, just like we read in our book, The Important Book. From your opinion, all right? That is your assignment. I can't wait to see what you come up with inside. See you next time.